It's actually a bit chilly here. If I would have heard myself saying that 7 years ago, when I came here from Chicago, I would have been like, what? But it's actually chilly today by LA standards. Full moon. Full moon. How do we feel? The eclipse was this morning. And I don't know about you, but that residual energy is still echoing in my skin and my bones. Indeed, indeed. All right. Hey, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us here. I hope everyone is feeling well. And I was just talking with Damien. I need to get a microphone for these things, so you don't have to hear this cars screaming by. We live on a very busy thoroughfare, like a main thoroughfare in Hollywood, and it's like nonstop noise, which is fine most of the time, right? Yay. All right, so Patreon, it is working. Yes. Okay. Hello and welcome. My name is Mandy Wild. I am the Wild Medium, and we are here together for the next hour or a little shy of that. If you are here for Nomine Hekate, you found the right place. These used to be called Reset and Release. So thank you for indulging me here, because here's the deal. I did Nomine Hekates once a month under the dark moon, and I did Reset and Release for the full moon. However, I was still talking about Hekate, and I just really wanted and felt called to do these more frequently in her name. So Reset and Release is now a Nomine Hekate as well. And I know that the full moon isn't what she like. We gather under the dark moon, under the new moon for Hekate, but the full moon can also be a time where we honor Hekate, especially for those of us that she's our primary goddess. We're devoting ourselves to her daily, right? There's a daily devotion. But my name is Mandy Wild. I am the Wild Medium. I am a medium, if you can guess that from my name, my handle, and astrologer and educator of the divine, of the feminine divine. First of all, thanks for joining me on Patreon. I have a couple of new names that I want to shout out. Wanda, thank you. Gabrielle, or is it Gabriel? I think it's Gabrielle. Or is it Gabriel? You can correct me, because I think I see you in here. So apologies if I did not say your name correctly. And then is it Stud VKM? Thank you for also joining. Jordan, like the angel. Okay, Gabriel, perfect, because you're an angel. Leticia and Janie, thank you for coming over and subscribing on Patreon. So much love and gratitude. All right. So as I was saying, the eclipse took place and was finished early in the wee hours of the morning, especially over here in on the Pacific side of things. But that eclipse energy is still very, very palpable and will be, right? When we think of full moons, which we have, full moons, we are under that we're under that spell, right? We're under that influence for days when we have a full moon. So when we have an eclipse, it exacerbates that. So think of that like echoing. I can hear things like popping in back here behind me, by the way. You can think of that like echoing and resonating for a little bit longer than a typical full moon. Blood moon too. I wonder if anyone here got to see it. I know some of you have been posting on Instagram and Facebook and such, all of your beautiful photos and experiences under the blood moon. It was a little cloudy here. We've had a lot of showers. We will take whatever we can in LA at this point. We've had some showers. Yes, please, more please. So our skies were not quite as clear, but you can feel it nevertheless. You can absolutely feel it. Well, there's Frank. Hey, how's it going? Oh, welcome, welcome. All right, so I'm going to call in the corners, and most of you know this. I did put it up in the Patreon, so if you do want to check that out, do so. If not, you can just kind of follow along. All right. I call to the east where the air takes flight, filling our lungs with breath pure of life. I call to the south where the fire burns bright, protecting and guiding like torches in the night. I call to the west where the water flows might, feeding and nourishing our gift of inner sight. I call to the north where the earth holds tight, grounding us here under the moon's soft light. I call to spirit in quiet introspection, a journey within, seeking soul's connection. All right. Now, the full moon, first off, there's a lot of stuff happening. Like you've probably seen on people's pages, or if you follow any like online periodicals, March is alive with astrology. And if you happen to have any placements in uh, Aries or Virgo this month, hi. I see you. I see you. I feel you. I sure do. And so does my partner. So our household is very electric. Now, first, let's chat about this like blood moon, the full moon, this eclipse, right? Full moons are essentially like our emotions are heightened, right? They can get really big, they can get really swollen, and sometimes these can cloud judgment if we're not careful, right? We want to be able to feel them and acknowledge them and sit with them and recognize what's going on, but we also want to make sure that we can see through them, right? Because we can get overwhelmed with our emotions, and especially this particular moon is really heightened, right? We're on that Virgo Pisces axis. So we're still in Pisces season for like another week. So we've got these like crazy intuitive like insights and downloads. And then now we're on this like Virgo axis, and we've had this eclipse full moon in Virgo where it's about clarity and like perfection and getting things done. And Pisces is like, but let's chill, let's do the things when we want to do them, how we want to do them. And Virgo's like, no, it's got to be like this. So this moon is really about letting go of that idea of perfection, right? Now, also Virgo, earth sign versus water sign. We need to remind ourselves and remember to stay really grounded during this astro weather that we have swirling around us. I like to call in Hekate Thonia, right? The goddess of the underworld, the goddess of the deep, those quiet places. When our emotions are overflowing, she helps us sink down beneath the surface to find that calmness, to find that grounded part of ourselves that can see more clearly. And instead of getting lost in an emotional wave, she helps us find balance within it, giving us space to feel deeply, right? But also to stay centered. And that full moon can flood us. It often does. But Chthoniya is here to help us navigate through it. So we're not swept away. So we're not washed away, right? By honoring her, we find a way to stay clear amidst the chaos, because it feels like chaos right now, and it will continue to for just a little bit, which we'll get into some of the other astrological weather, right? Eclipse energy on top of that, like, enters the eclipse, which is still lingering. Things are so much more charged than they even would be under a regular full moon. They stir up really big shifts, right? Eclipses stir up those even bigger emotions, sudden revelations. Things can start to feel out of control more than usual. It's like the floodgates are like opened and everything is amplified. Our bodies, our souls, they know that there's a shift happening. And that door, there's a door that's like closing. When we talk about eclipses and we're entering into this new eclipse season, new chapters are being had. New chapters are beginning. Old chapters are trying to close up. And our bodies, our souls, our hearts, they know this. It feels it. We feel it on a primal level, and we feel it before even our minds start to process it. And so that's confusing because our bodies feel one thing, and yet our minds are like, what are you doing? And so that's very, very confusing. And that energy lends itself to this electric kind of cacophony that eclipses often bring. Something about Virgos, they don't like cacophony. Am I right? They want things harmonious. They want things to be balanced and feel good and look good. But right now it feels really like buzzy. Now, even though we are in this time of maybe emotional overload with the full moon and the eclipse together, honoring Hekate right now will help us. And Damien says, me. Yes. The second one. Oh, honoring Hekate right now can help us stay present and grounded. That is what this full moon in Virgo wants to hear. That's what this moon right now that we're still under the influence, really wants to hear and to feel, right? It doesn't want us to get like swept up and lost. It wants us to maybe get swept up and like, okay, but now what are we going to do with all of those emotions and sudden shifts? This is where Hekate Thonia can become very essential, because eclipses can pull up all kinds of buried things, buried emotions, truths. I don't know about you, but it's first off, eclipse season is interesting because like we all start to think about, okay, what does this mean? We know it's in the Virgo Pisces axis. It's going to be here for like a year and a half. What kind of chapter is opening for me? And you want to like make all these speculations, but astrology is this. Hindsight is 2020. It's often so clear when we get to the other side of the eclipses and we're like, that's what it was doing. That's what was happening. Right now, it's kind of like we may have had some clues 6 months ago, and we may be getting clues now, but be patient with it. Be patient with it. because Virgo Pisces, this axis, this eclipse in Virgo really wants to have the facts, wants to get things right. So maybe even sitting and like making a list of things that you feel are coming up at the moment. That would be really nice. This moon in Virgo would like that very much. But remember, we're getting things dug up, things that maybe we have avoided or usually avoid or like to avoid. They're starting to come into focus, and that can get uncomfortable. Using Hekate Thonia, we can go beyond just the surface of our emotions, and we can dig in deeper. Cathonia, deep underworld. The underworld is essentially in our spirit, right? It's in us. Because she helps us descend into that. She is our guide in that. She can help us stay present. And what this eclipse will bring will be maybe some hidden truths, as I mentioned, things that have been lurking beneath the surface within relationships. Maybe personal patterns are coming up. They're hard resets. And what I mean by that is, like, if we weren't in eclipse season and we were just having a full moon, we'd be like, okay, look at the 6 months before, and like, okay, it's a reset. It's a reset. This is a hard reset. This is a full-on chapter reset. What you were going through in the last year and a half, 2 years, is wanting to be done with. It wants to be complete. It's like, okay, you went through this. Now we're in a different cycle. So they're really hard resets. So it's a really good time to release what is not working, and what, of course, full moon, right? What you've maybe been feeling stuck with. You want to get rid of it now, because this eclipse is providing an energetic force to break free. Utilize it. Utilize it, friends. Utilize it. It is an emotional intensification. So if you're feeling drained, I feel you. If you feel restless, that's more kind of where I'm at. Hyper aware of things that's going on in your body. Remember, Virgos, this is all about like health and wellness. And so this eclipse season, some of us may find maybe like things that we're dealing with on a new level health-wise might appear. So we might want to pay a little bit closer attention to our health and wellness, because that's going to be amplified. And it could be something that's been there like all along, but like all of a sudden, like you're just really aware of it. And this is that time where you're like, oh, I'm going to spend, I'm going to spend the time and effort to nourish this, or to start to heal this aspect of myself. It's bringing these things to light. And remember, this is not just you, it is the collective, because this transit is happening to all of us right now. So we all have our individual signs, right, and our individual charts and placements. So it'll be affected and highlighted in other ways. But this eclipse season is happening to the collective. So being mindful that others are feeling just as like confused, maybe, or maybe lost. This brings up sometimes that feeling of loss. Imagine like walking into a room that you've never been, or a building you've never been into, and there's like, okay, it's your first day here. Boom, you open it and you're like, whoa, okay, wait, which way is left? Which way is right? Where's the light switch? I can't even see. Okay, there's the light switch. Oh, it's too bright. Who are these people? I don't recognize anyone. Everyone's kind of feeling this collective frenetic energy. This is normal though, right? Because it's a eclipse season. Endings, beginnings. But don't force the control. You will want to grab control over it. Don't force the control. Eclipses have their own timeline. So it's better to just observe process and release rather than to push into any sort of like immediate action. Astrology is hindsight is 2020 always. Your new chapter will make perfect sense. Well, hopefully, maybe it'll make some sense at the end of it. But right now, you're just beginning it. So let it have this beautiful evolution. Let it have this beautiful birth. Trust what is wanting to fall away. Don't force don't force it to stay with you. If you know it's wrong or ill or doesn't fit in alignment with you anymore, release it. Just trust that it's supposed to let go. If it's supposed to be with you, trust me, it will find a way to come back in all the ways. But a good way that you can reflect would be to maybe journal, start taking notes. Again, Virgo loves lists, loves keeping track of things. I'm a good Cap rising. I've got my Excel sheets all over the place. It's kind of juxtaposes my Aries sun, but start a list, start a journal, start reflecting on things that you are getting, new downloads that you're getting. And trust me, we're in the tail end of Pisces. It is a ball of psychic drippiness, a ball of psychic syrup. Yes, ball of psychic syrup that is just waiting for you to get its messages. Really take advantage of the Pisces tools that we have right now at our fingertips. So, Hekate, the guardian of the threshold, right? The torchbearer. Hekate of the liminal. This eclipse has Hekate written all over it. She asks, what must be left behind at the crossroads? Are you willing to see what has been hidden? Do you trust yourself to step forward, even in the dark, even in the uncertainty? Because it's a time of deep reckoning. Something to note with eclipses as well. The past will catch up to us. Threads that are left dangling will weave themselves into fate if they are meant to. Or if you don't acknowledge what it is that is being presented to you, if you just kind of leave them there, they will find themselves weaved into fate. So it behooves us to really take a notice at what that is and to take a conscious and intentional effort in assessing it and facing it. Know that when one door closes too, that another door opens. We're not meant to just wait, right? Doors open, closing one is going to open another one. So if you have felt stagnant, if you have felt stuck, open your eyes right now. The doors are opening for you and you are being asked to step through. Now, let's chat a little bit about some of the other stuff that's going on because we all know that we have Venus in retrograde and tomorrow Mercury goes retrograde. And both of those lovely planets are in retrograde in Aries. Holy moly. This is called, I'm calling it lessons in the fire. This is like a trial by fire. Both of those signs are in Aries, retrograde, not having any fun. or maybe they are. If you are a Wilder supporter on Patreon, I have in my petitions, I have a hymn invocation to Aphrodite while she is retrograde in Aries. And at the end of the month, I will put one up for her when she moves back into Pisces. She needs to be supported right now. She does not thrive in Aries. And so she needs support. As Hekatians, we are the workers from afar, right? Hekate is the worker from afar. We are doing that work for her. Let's support. Help our fellow planets, our fellow gods and goddesses when they need us, because they are there for us. I digress. Let's talk about this trial by fire, a confrontation with our very own instincts, our desires, a confrontation with our patterns. Aries is raw, it is direct, it is unfiltered, azostos brimo. It is intense, like, ugh. And I say that with all love because I am an Aries sun and I love nothing more than being in my fire sign. When these planets turn backwards in Aries domain, we are forced to reckon with what we have ignored, what we have spoken too soon, what has been left unsaid. These things will come up. This isn't like a day or two retrograde either. These are there for a minute. So, like, these are things that we need to acknowledge. Now, I like to think of God as Hekate as also the goddess of return. She's at the threshold, right? So of course she's the goddess of return, because she's the one that is going to be watching us if we circle back. If we like take a path and we're like, not for me, which is fine, by the way, and we circle back and recross that threshold, she's there. She's at that threshold. So she is watching our return as we retrace our steps, where we are forced to face our past again. Retrogrades in Aries are not gentle reflections. They are initiations. They ask us, where have you abandoned yourself in the pursuit of someone else? Ouch. What battles have you fought that were never actually truly yours? Are you willing to reclaim what was stolen from you, especially if it was by your own choices? These are questions that Aries will ask when these planets are in retrograde. And they're uncomfortable. But Aries is coming full force, right? That Mars energy is just warrior coming, like it's gonna not let go either. I know there's some Aries on this for a fact. I'm seeing you, Frank. We don't let back down. We ram. My husband calls it ramming on. Because we're right. Because we're right all the time. I'm not kidding. Now, Mercury in retrograde is words as weapons, but also as keys. Mercury retrograde in Aries strips our words down to their most primal state. It's not a time for diplomacy. It's a time when truths erupt unexpectedly. when long buried frustrations ignite into speech. But Hekate teaches us that words are both those weapons and keys, that they can sever ties, but they can also unlock new paths. Now, as the keeper of keys, she warns us to speak with intention or risk unleashing words that you can't take back. This is very important to know when we're in Mercury retrograde. Things will come up that we might want to take back. And once they're out, it's hard to take them back, right? So speak with intention. Retrace, much like Mercury is going to be doing. Retrace your thoughts. Where has impulse ruled over your wisdom? Listen to unspoken things. Listen to that around you, because the loudest truths aren't always the ones that are being shouted. This retrograde isn't about silencing yourself. It's about finding the words that are actually worth saying. And while Venus is retrograde in Aries, that's like the fire of reclamation. It's like, you know, Aries is fierce and unafraid and unapologetic. Venus in Aries is fierce and unafraid and unapologetic, but in retrograde, she turns inward, and that energy is felt there. That love, desire, that self-worth, everything that we usually pursue outward is pulled back into the underworld and within inside of us. Hekate does not let us escape this reckoning. Here she is asking, have you been chasing love that burns but does not sustain? I've done that in the past. It's not fun. It's not fun to be in that kind of a relationship, right? Do you mistake conflict for passion and urgency for connection? I have in the past. Yeah. That's also not a fun realization. And finally, are you ready to love yourself without waiting for permission? Sounds like it would be easy, right? Easier said than done, though. It's not a retrograde of gentle romance. It's warrior Venus. It's making us visit and face every place that we've ever settled, and where, like, have we burned ourselves for others? It's where we have mistaken, like, struggle for love. But Hekate teaches us that the greatest love spell is liberation, azostos. Knowing when walking away is the magic we need most. Now, for these two retrogrades, the past is calling, right? But you do not have to answer. Not everything that resurfaces needs to be reclaimed. So choose wisely. Use that mercurial sharpness, that laser focus that is a little off when it's retrograde. Remember, Mercury retrograde, Hermes likes precision. And when it is retrograde, it is not getting that. Having a little altar to Aphrodite or to Venus, to Hermes, to Thoth, to Mercury. Support them. Something you can do in support for Hermes. We talked about the invocation to Aphrodite. Something you could do to support Hermes or Mercury. I have a riddle that I've written, and I roll it up and tie it up, and I put it on his altar. Gives him something to do. Set out a book. Set out something that occupies this energy, this uncomfortable energy for Mercury. Also, I like to think that it gives me a little bit of his good graces, and maybe my computer won't die on me for no good reason. Maybe it will, but maybe it won't. Now, something else, the last thing I'm going to talk about astrologically before we get into our meditation and spell. It's coming. Neptune is entering Aries, and we're about to get into Aries. The sun is about to be in Aries. So Hekate is fire is at the crossroads, but there's like illusion and power. And whoa, what is this going to mean? Neptune in Aries is like sometimes like driving with a vengeance in a rainstorm. Tsunami. Sorry, I had to. Any White Lotus fans? When Neptune moves into Aries, though, the dream does ignite. It is the planet of illusion. It is the planet of spirituality. And it is the disillusion of boundaries. Aries likes that, by the way. And this is colliding with that raw willpower and that war and that like identity of Aries. And it's going to set fire to old myths. So we will be working with this in the upcoming Nomine Hekates, setting fire to old myths. Very cathartic. It is not a slow, drifting, floating Neptune of Pisces. This is Neptune dragged into battle, stripping itself of the veils, forced to reckon with what is real. That will be interesting to see unfold. We'll have to see what's been hidden in the fog of disbelief, of deception. That escapism will have to be reckoned with. So it is the end of passive mysticism, because it's been in the past 14 years in Pisces. We've been swimming in it deep. So don't wait for a sign. Know the sign. All right. So I have something that I would love to do with you all. And let me pull it up here because I do have to read this. This is a spell. Some of you are in the PGM classes with me or have been or have done them in the past or know of Jack Grail. I am a student of his, and he pieced together a few spells in the PGM and then added some of his own flavor, which is always really lovely. And this was meant to be read under the eclipse. It was a call to compel an eclipse. And it is something that we're going to read 3 times through. So bear with me. But we are going to Now, I think if you are on my Patreon page, I do have like what I'm going to be saying at the end. When I said we're going to do it 3 times, we're going to do the first one with I, do the second one with you, and then the third one with we, so that we are coming together as a unit with the goddess. It's the final part of the ritual, and we'll be speaking our secret truth. You can use your own secret truth, but I thought this one would be nice. This spell is also really great if you are into baneful magic. It can be used as that, but we are going to be using it with, I have watched the world suffer and felt powerless, but I am ready to be a force for healing and change. That will be the first time through at the end. The second time through at the end, you have watched the world suffer and felt powerless, but you are ready to be a force for healing and change. We are telling the lunar goddess that. And then third, we have watched the world suffer and felt powerless, but we are ready to be a force of healing and change. Now, you can put whatever you want in there, and you could say that with me aloud when we get to that point, of course. And if you are in that class and you have this spell, please feel free to read it along with me. I would love that. But really listen to the words. They're beautifully sewn together as 3 different rites. And I love the imagery. I love how visceral it starts to feel. There's a couple of moments where we will howl 3 times. We will stamp our foot 3 times. We will kneel, and we will clap 4 times. And so I'll let you know where in the spell, since some of you don't have it, where we will do it. After the first, I will go like this, and I will howl 3 times. And then the next thing will come with stamp our feet. And I'm just going to put my fists up like that when I stamp my feet, so you will know to stamp your feet. And then when I go to kneel, I'm just going to go like this, and you can kneel if you want to, or you can bow your head. And then at last, we're going to clap 4 times. So right before I clap, I'll hold up the 4 so you'll know to clap 4 times. And so we'll go through this entire series 3 different times. But before that, we are going to do a little meditation. And if you do have like an offering that you would like to bring forth, do so. I have this spell calls for something a little more pungent than what you would maybe typically use, aromatic wise. I'm burning some dragon's blood because I thought it was kind of befitting for the blood moon. I have a white grapefruit. Looks like the full moon to me. And I also, in lieu of the moon, I made homemade tortillas tonight. I made a little one for her. And I have a sigil that I created for Cathonia. You probably can't see it, but I carved it in there before I fried it, or not fried it, but I had it on this pan. All right. So get comfy. I'm going to do a little meditation. And you'll know when I start the ritual because I'll say some things in Greek and then I will start. Begin by finding a little stillness. Let the night air wrap around you. You can close your eyes. Start to breathe deeply. Feel the weight of the moment, the blood moon cloaked in shadow. the earth when it stood between the sun and the moon, casting its darkness upon the lunar face. You too are between forces, between what has passed and between what will be your future, between what is yet to come. Breathe in and hold. Exhale. Do this 3 times to start to root yourself. We're going to place ourselves in this liminal space. Keep breathing and imagine standing beneath the eclipse, bathed in a dim red glow. The moon that was once brilliant is obscured, but her power is not diminished. No, no. It's just transformed. The whole world holds its breath. This is a space between where old cycles break, where truths rise from the depths. Those retrogrades of Mercury and Venus weave through this night. Imagine a smooth stone in your hands turning. The past right in the palm like a worn stone. Memories may surface. Old words, unspoken, paths that you meant to take but chose a different route. You may be thinking of them. What still clings to you? What is asking to be seen right now, to be reckoned with? Allow it to rise. Do not turn away. A shadow moves across the moon. That same shadow moves across you. Feel it. Let it pass over your skin, through your bones. It's not a banishing, it's recognition. You are not your past, but you do carry its lessons. That is currency. You are not your wounds, but they have shaped you. That too is currency. You are not bound by patterns that you have once walked. You now choose. You are becoming. Breathe. The air is vibrating with energy. The blood moon pulses overhead. And you feel a call. It's primal. It's raw. Its howl is rising deep within. The night is listening. Hekate is listening. Now, as you stand in this charged stillness, a truth emerges from your depths. It's time to speak. It is time to call forth your power. And you know it. You can feel it. It's time to move from silence to sound, from shadow to becoming. Rise. Let your voice join the night. Kaloti Hekate vasalisa tis nitas odigo tondromon filaka tis orasis stis kiakai tin isikia anazito tin akaliatis yana perpatis mesas tos cosmos navrotidikimothesi. Mene, mene, mene. From toneless throats you send a dread sharp cry when you, O goddess, have raised an awful roar with triple mouths. Oh, oh, oh. Hearing your cry, all worldly things are shaken, the nether gates and Lethe's holy water, and primal chaos, and the shining chasm of Tartaros. At it, every god and mortal, yea, and the starry mountains, the valleys, and every tree, and roaring rivers, and even the restless sea, lonely echo, and daemons through the world shudder at you, O blessed one, when they hear your dread voice. Come here to me, goddess of night, beast slayer, come swiftly to my high and holy cry. O quiet and frightful one, used to having your meal amid the graves, heed my prayers, Selene, who suffer much, who rise and set at night, O triple-headed, triple-named Mene Marzon, fearful, gracious-minded persuasion, come to me, horned-faced Phosphoros, bull-shaped, horse-faced goddess, who howl dog-like. Come to me, she-wolf, come to me, mistress of the night and chthonic realms, wholly clad in black, always in flux, always the same. Round you the star traversing void revolves whenever you wax to great. Ah, it is known you have established every worldly thing, for you engendered everything on earth, and from the sea to include every race of winged bird which leaves their nest and seeks their nests again. Mother of all who bore love, Aphrodite, lamp bearer, shining aglow, Selene, star cursing, heavenly torchbearer, fire breather, hear me. O woman four-faced, four-named, four roads mistress, hail goddess, attend your epithets. O holy, heavenly harbor goddess, you who roam the mountains, goddess of the crossroads. Neither one, infernal, eternal, goddess of darkness, come to my sacrifice. Fulfill for me this task and heed me as I pray. O Lady, for I ask of you this one thing. I have watched the world suffer and have felt powerless, but I am ready to be force for healing and change. Mene, mene, mene. From toneless throats you send a dread sharp cry when you, O goddess, have raised an awful roar and triple mouths. Oh, oh, Hearing your cry, all worldly things are shaken, the nether gates and Lethe's holy water and primal chaos and the shining chasm of Tartaros. At it every god and mortal, yea, and the starry mountains, the valleys, and every tree, and roaring rivers, and even the restless sea, lonely echo, and daemons through the world shudder at you, O blessed one, when they hear your dreaded voice. Come here to me, goddess of the night, beast slayer. Come swiftly to my high and holy cry, O quiet and frightful one, used to having your meal amid the graves. Heed my prayer, Selene, who suffer much, who rise and set at night. O triple-headed, triple-named Mene Marzon, fearful, gracious, minded persuasion, come to me, horned face, Phosphoros, bull-shaped, horse-faced goddess, who how dog-like. Come to me, she-wolf, come to me, mistress of night and chthonic realms, wholly clad in black, always in flux, always the same. Round you, the star, traversing void, revolves wherever you wax too great. Aye, it is known you have established every worldly thing, for you engendered everything on earth, and from the sea to include every race of winged bird which leaves their nest and seeks their nest again, mother of all who bore love, Aphrodite, lamp bearer, shining aglow, Selene, star coursing, heavenly torch bearer, fire bearer, hear me. Woman, four-faced, four-named, four roads, mistress, hail goddess, attend your epithets, O heavenly one, harbor goddess, you who roam the mountains, goddess of the crossroads, nether one, infernal, eternal, goddess of darkness, come to my sacrifice, fulfill me this task, and heed me as I pray. O lady, I'll ask this thing of you. You have watched the world suffer and felt powerless, but you are ready to be a force for healing and change. Many, many, many. From toneless throats you send a dread sharp cry when you, oh goddess, have raised an awful roar with triple mouths. Oh, oh, oh. Hearing your cry, all worldly things are shaken, the nether gates and Lethe's holy water and primal chaos and the shining chasm of Tartaros. At it every god and mortal, yea, and the starry mountains, valleys, and every tree, and roaring rivers, and even the restless sea. Lonely echo and daemons through the world shudder at you. O blessed one, when they hear you dread voice, come to me, goddess of night, beast slayer, come swiftly to my high and holy cry. O quiet and frightful one, used to having your meal amid the graves. Heed my prayer, Selene, who suffer much, who rise and set at night. O triple-headed, triple-named, many, Marzon, fearful, gracious mind, persuasion, come to me, horned face, Phosphoros, bull-shaped, horse-faced goddess who howl dog-like. Come to me, she-wolf. Come to me, mistress of night and chthonic realms, wholly clad in black, always in flux, always the same. Round you and the star traversing void revolves. Whenever you wax too great, it is known. You've established every worldly thing, for you engendered everything on earth. From the sea to include every race of winged bird which leaves their nest and seeks their nests again. Mother of all who bore love, Aphrodite, lamp bearer, shining aglow, Selene, star coursing, torch bearer, fire breather, hear me. O woman, four-faced, four-named, four roads, mistress, hail goddess, attend your epithets. You who roam the mountains, goddess of the crossroads, nether one, infernal, eternal, goddess of darkness, come to my sacrifice, fulfill this task for me, as heed me as I pray, O lady, for I ask this thing of you. We have watched the world suffer and have felt powerless, but we are ready to be a force for healing and change. Hail, Hekate. Hail, Hekate. Hail, Hekate. That feels like an eclipse. That feels like a revelation. That feels like coming into one's own. It is a curse. It is a blessing. It is a plea. Thank you so much. Gabriel, thank you. I feel emotional. I truly hope you have a most blessed evening. It's late on the East Coast, I know. Thank you for taking the time and sharing the space with all of us. Gabriel says, I read it aloud with you. Palpable, right? It felt palpable. Thank you. Thank you for that. I love and appreciate every one of you. I leave these up just so you know on my Patreon. They are under the collections. If you ever need to get to something quickly, they are under collections, and these are under live streams, and I will keep them all there so you can revisit this beautiful, powerful spell. It felt like, I know Jack had said that he had put the 3 spells together, and I know the spells he's talking about because we work so closely in the PGM, and I do with Hekate, anything Hekate. But it felt like a swarm. It felt like a sewing together of energies. It felt like I was sewing threads with you, friends. And you can use this however, with whatever. If you have another truth you would like to share with that, I know I'll be using it. But I hope everyone has a beautiful rest of the weekend. Mercury retrograde does start tomorrow. We are definitely feeling it and may as well be right now. Be careful. We can get a little clumsy. I broke my toe. It wasn't even Mercury retrograde, but I'm pretty sure that was a heads up. Be safe out there. Enjoy the hell out of the last week of Pisces. For all my Pisces brothers and sisters, oh, what a gift you bestow on us. We are grateful. For my Aries peeps, I kind of can't wait for it to get here because I'm going to be feeling good. I need to dry out. Oh, I have someone says, I was on Patreon and my black Great Dane, who never reacts to people on video, started woo woo and came over and started climbing on me. And she wouldn't stop. She kept watching on my phone. Monica. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh, give your doggy big snuggle and one of those things and a kiss. And like up near his like ear. Oh, I love it. I hope you all held. Howl tonight. Howl tonight, too. Howl whenever the fuck you want to. That's what I say. Right? Again, it's Aries season. Azostos. Shed it all. She was snuggly when you were singing Hekate. Yes. I'm so glad. Does anyone have any questions before I conclude this? Let me see. Is there any on Patreon here? And so I'll be able to answer also. You can always reach out. I'm here for you always. Have the hymns up. Your horoscopes came out this week. They came out a couple of days ago. So if you're a Wild or Wilder subscriber, you have those up. There are meditations, 2 meditations up this month for you as well. I usually do a devotional one, and then I do like a grounding one. And the one for this week was very helpful. I've already done it a couple times. I don't know if you've heard, but I am going to be presenting my Azostos workshop at the Salem Witch Fest on August 19th. So I think tickets are $30 for my class. If you would like to attend, I have a link up on my Patreon. And then some more exciting news is coming. I should be releasing it this week, I believe. Yes. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to share with you that little snippet. And as always, I am working on a book for you all, and it's all about Azostos. Because what Aries doesn't want to write about Azostos? All right. I'm just getting way too excited about drying off in a fire element. All right. I love you. If you have anything to send question-wise, please don't. Oh, check that out. How cute is that? If you have anything to send question-wise, just let me know. I'm here for you always. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. I'm so glad. I will see you in 2 weeks, and I hope that you have many blessings until then. And we will do our Nomine Hekate in the dark moon with our Dipnon, our protection petition, right? Yes, that's what we will do. And we will speak about her epithets, to be discussed which ones. You're awesome, Monica. And you are welcome, Gabriel. All right. Mwah. Love you.